Alright guys, what is up? It is Gnomes. We're here in a game between Shrinemaster and TheRavager. As we hear, the sound is on. Let's make that a little bit quieter. I actually kind of like this, the music, especially from this map. It sounds to me a bit like that from Pirates of the Caribbean, actually. Like, I always get that vibe when I play this game with the music on. But I haven't played with the music on in years, so I don't actually remember the music. I just remember this one always makes me feel like it's Pirates of the Caribbean. But it is Shrinemaster versus Sarutan. Sarutan on the right-hand side. It looks like he is playing STFW, so Forsaken Wastes and Savage Tundra. And then on the left-hand side, we have Savage Tundra and Shattered Peaks. So it is two of the best players in the game at the moment playing versus each other. We'll see how they do. It is a very stall-out game. So when you have a stall-out game like this, what do you have to think about, right? Well, generally, here we have the Dream Eater. The reason he plays Dream Eater, in my opinion, or my guess, is twofold, really. Now, it kind of counters two things, right? You have the Backlash, which will counter the Extractor for the Nora generation, but not only that, you also have the Shatter Summons, right? So this is a 3 AP ability, so it doesn't cost too much. It's not like 5 AP or 4 AP or anything. It's only 3 AP. It's an AoE of 3 and a range of 5, so you can play very safely with your Dream Eater when you play it. There you see the 15 damage taken by the Extractor. So yeah, so it counters summons slightly, and half counters the summons and hard counters the Nora generation. So these Rift Spirits, while they won't die from one play of the Shatter Summons, they'll be at 2 HP, right? And then, you can blow at them and they'll die. Just look at them and they'll die, I guess. I don't know. So a good counter to both things at once, right? If you don't want to have to play too many champions to counter. Like, otherwise, you'd have to play something with Backlash and something with, I don't know. I guess you could always play the Yobanshi, which is a good hard counter to summons, but I think Dream Eater is also very good because not only does he have those two abilities, but he also can just, run around and have the Dream Eater go off. So if you're just stealth, you can just do a lot of damage. And having a stealth champion in your battle group is not bad as well, just because, they cause threat, right? You never know where it is until you de-stealth it. And you always have to play safe, or at one point, you could just have him chill here at the back of the fawn, and all of a sudden, oh, he's moving in, let me just go in. Exactly. So now you see him stealth. It is going to be the Disciple at 11 AP. This is a bit dangerous against Shattered Peaks, because Shattered Peaks does sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes they play the totem that causes Punishing Aura, right? And that would cause 22 damage to the Kento. So it might not be a bad idea to move back and forth, but because of the Silent Contemplation, that can be hard. Anyway, so Baby Furball over here, furring, obviously, so we have him in the back. I mean, the Extractor can heal up, but there's no healing on the board yet. So if he uses another Extract, he can't use another one because he'll be at 15 HP, so. But even if you use this 3 times, you're getting 45 Nora back, right? So you're at the very least getting a 1-to-1 ratio. So you're never really losing value with this champion, which is kind of absurd. I guess the only time you're losing value is more so just that you're losing tempo. You're not really losing value, but you're losing tempo. Because playing a 42 Nora is basically enough to delay you one champion for a turn sometimes. But this looks like a stall game. Kento, I mean, there's no counter summons here yet. I mean, we do have the Stitched. Okay, well, there was a car that just went by. Yeah, they're just gonna chill. I mean, this is Shrinemaster's game, in my opinion, just because Shrinemaster, first of all, he builds his battle groups to be very good late game, and he kind of just excels in this area where he just plays late game. He's just like, what, I'll chill back here, I'll let you come to me, and that's all I'm gonna do. Like, he's very patient, and sometimes that can look as if they're doing nothing, but I think he does that well. He does well. He does nothing well. All right, so we see the Invigorate and Drive on the Timothy. He's not going to attack anything here, but it's not a bad idea just to give him some AP. Oh, I guess for the summon, I guess that works. But yeah, I guess, yeah, you Invigorate Drive just so you can get a summon off this turn. So this is on cooldown already. But other than that, you could also just do it just so he has the AP in case something comes in. But yeah, Timothy out. We have the Furball out, and now it's just a waiting game. So I'm just gonna let the game go, and whatever reason Pan is on. All right, I turned it off. So I'm just gonna chill here, and once the game starts, I'll start talking again. I'm gonna go close the window, I guess. Alright, well, I don't know really what to talk about until this game starts. I mean, I could talk about the game, but we all know what's gonna happen, right? Ooh, I know what I can do. I can philosophize. Philosophize? Philosoph... whatever, you know what I mean. About different things. So, first of all, you know what I find funny is I have around 400, a little bit less than 400 subscribers, which is awesome. I mean, I see myself as just some normal dude. And I think you guys, not only when it comes to me, but also just in general streamers, when you look at a streamer from Twitch, you need to remember these are just normal people. And whenever I watch streamers, they are often put under a lot of pressure, and they'll be raged at, and I sometimes see them and they'll take what is said to them to heart. And I always feel really sad because they'll have some guy be like, oh, you suck, and they're like, wow, I guess I suck, and they'll feel really bad. I'm like, hey, remember, these are half the time, the people that are watching you, are a very large part of the time, the people that are watching you are kids, right? These are like, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds that, are in the height of the puberty, and they just want to like lash out, or they just don't know exactly how to really interact with the outside world. So if you're a streamer or somebody who puts stuff on YouTube and you get some type of negative comment, just remember that you don't ever really know who's talking to you, right? So with that, you need to always say everything with a grain of salt. So if you're a streamer and you have some guy say, hey, you suck, just remember, like, hey, this is not, like, I'm 24, so if you have another guy tell you, like, you suck, I'm not gonna assume this is a 24-year-old. Most 24-year-olds are, like, steady enough in their own life to not need to insult anyone else. So yeah, and that also just means, like, hey, if you're talking to a streamer, just to be nice to them, even if they do a mistake, make sure to like formulate it right. And it's always also a very interesting idea. Again, I'm just gonna, once the game starts, I promise I'll start talking about the game again. But if you're a streamer and you have someone talk to you, right? Just don't take them too seriously, right? And it also depends on how you word what they're saying. I watch, generally, if I watch a game, it'll usually be Hearthstone. I used to, back in the day, play League of Legends, but I don't play that anymore. But what I'll notice in, like, here's a hard counter, the rituals to deal with these summons. Anyway, so if I'm a streamer, you'll have a player, or a unit, a person, a streamer, and when he reads a comment that it's that's written to him, it depends how you read the comment to put, like, the type of emphasis, like, that's behind it. So if somebody says, oh, you suck, I hate you, right? If you say it like that, then it feels really mean and you're kind of sad. But you're like, haha, you suck, I hate you. Then you're like, oh, that was kind of cute, right? So one player who I'm going to give an example of, there are two that I watch right now because I watch, and if anything, I'm watching Hearthstone. Mostly because it's a good game to fall asleep to, because not much is happening and it's not too loud or, like, exciting. So it's a good, like, slow game. Or I'll watch, like, poker, for example. But if there are two players that I watch, I'm not going to name the names, but one of the players will be like, they'll, in a friendly tone, read what their commenters are saying. And that makes the whole atmosphere of that game very happy. All right, here are some more Rift Spirits coming out. We now have 6. Anyway, so then you feel like the atmosphere of that, not only the stream, but just, like, the general atmosphere of the play. It's like, it's pretty happy. Like, sometimes he'll get mad at what the other person says, but generally it depends how you read the comment, right? So if you read the comment in a nice way or in a joking way, then everybody's like, oh, he just said that in a joking way. But if you read it in a mean way, then you'll assume what that writer wrote is mean. And it doesn't even really matter if what they said was mean. It just depends on how you comment on it, right? So and it's very extreme at how easily this can, like, escalate from one streamer saying something in a nice way or in a nice connotation compared to a mean connotation. So it's generally, in my opinion, if somebody were to say something mean to me, I would try to, like, you know, say it in the nicest way. Like, oh, he said it like that. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I agree. They're back in the day. Oh, I remember this. This was probably my best. Oh, wow. Look at all that AP gained here. Is he going in ever? I mean, he just chills back. Oh, there's the D-Stealth on the Dream Eater. He's very far back, though. The D-Stealth with the balance. But the Dream Eater is very far back here, so he's not even in danger. Anyway, what was his name? There was a guy who played Dead by Daylight. Noob. Noob3. Noob3. He was a kid. He's like 16 or 17. He's very young, but he has a very large following in Dead by Daylight. He has to have somewhere around a few thousand subscribers, like on the daily. Like when he played, he had at least 2,000 to 3,000 people watching him, which obviously means that, okay. Well, that was just GG. I'm guessing that was the Ravager being like, fuck it. Yeah, he's in the chat saying, yeah, I can't be bothered. But I'll just upload this because why not? But anyway, what this Noob 3 would say is when somebody said, oh, fucking faggot, he would say it in such a funny way, in such a like, oh, yeah, I agree. He would like, agree with the person insulting him. And that, to us, all of us who watched the game would be like, yeah, that was a joke. And none of us would really insult him in a mean way after that. Like, we'd always just be really nice to him. So, if you're a streamer, or if you, just in general in life, just to make sure to know that if you're talking to someone, you never really know where they're coming from, right? They could be having a hard time in their life, or they might be saying something jokingly or not too seriously. Either way, so always take something with a grain of salt. Anyway, GG, I guess.